Once upon a time, there was a poor family with 3 sons, Pierre, Jacques and Jean. One day Pierre, the eldest, said, "I'm going to go and look for work. I will come back when I am rich." He went down the highway and walked. One evening, having only a crust of bread left to eat, he met an old woman who asked him, "Will you show me the way to go to Chateauguay?" Pierre informed her. Then she said, "Do you have anything to give to an old poor woman?" Pierre gave him his crust of bread. The old woman accepted him and said to him, "I am a fairy. To thank you for your kindness, here is a white tablecloth. You will only have to say, 'Tablecloth, set the table,' and immediately dishes of all kinds will settle there alone." "Oh, thank you, said Pierre, hastening to take the road towards his parents' house. He walked briskly, but night came. He was tired, so he stopped at an inn. Before going to sleep, when he was hungry, he took out his tablecloth and ordered, "Tablecloth, set the table." Immediately the tablecloth unfolded before his eyes and covered itself with succulent dishes and appetizing fruits. But the innkeeper had seen the merry-go-round and, during the night, he stole the tablecloth, which he replaced with an identical one. The next morning, Pierre left the inn and rushed to his house. "See," he hastened to say to his parents, "I bring back a marvelous tablecloth which is covered with delicious food and fruit. You'll see." He took the white tablecloth out of his bag and launched, "Tablecloth, set the table." But the tablecloth remained folded and nothing appeared. Then Pierre seized it, unfolded it, examined it and noted that it was not his. "It must have been the innkeeper who stole it from me," he cried, sheepishly. Then one of his brothers, Jacques, suddenly announced, "I too am going to look for work. And I will find Pierre's tablecloth." In turn, he walked. He arrived one good morning at the edge of a river without much water, where sat an old woman all bent by age. Seeing him approach, she called out, "Will you help me cross the river?" Jacques agreed without hesitation. Arrived on the other bank, the old woman said to him, "I am a fairy. To reward you for rescuing me, I give you this hen." And she pulled a hen out from under her coat, adding, "Say, goose, drop me some gold, and she will lay gold." Delighted, Jacques thanked the old woman and hastened to return to her parents. He walked a long time and ended up stopping to sleep at the inn where his brother Pierre had stopped. He went up to his room and said to his hen, "Goose, lay me gold." And the hen laid 3 golden eggs. To pay his expenses, he gave one to the innkeeper who had doubts about where it came from. During the night, the latter went to the room where his client slept, saw the chicken and stole it. He replaced it with another one that was very similar. The next day, Jacques arrived at the house, very happy, saying, "See my pretty hen. She lays gold. Look carefully." He put his hen on the table and said, "Goose, drop me some gold." All the hen did was to shake her head and sing, every night. Jacques was very sad. He exclaimed, "Ah, it's the ugly innkeeper who stole my chicken." Then Jean, the youngest of the 3 brothers, said, "It is my turn to try my luck. I'm leaving to seek my fortune." Like his brothers before him, he walked on the path. Then, at dusk, he arrived at the edge of a large wood in which stood an old woman, who said to him, "My dear little one, will you help me cross this wood? It's very dark, and I'm afraid of thieves." "Willingly," said Jean. He then took the old woman's hand and led her to the other side of the wood. When she got there, The old woman straightened up and said, "I'm a fairy. To reward you for your kindness, I give you this stick. You will only have to say, 'Stick, type.' And immediately he will type on whatever you want." Jean was delighted. He thanked the fairy and quickly went to the house where his brothers and parents were waiting for him. But night fell, and Jean was tired. He stopped sleeping at the inn, the same one where his brothers had stopped. After a good night's rest, he asked the innkeeper, "Are you the one who stole my brother's tablecloth, the tablecloth that sets the table?" "No way," replied the innkeeper. "I didn't steal anything at all." "You will give it back to me or I will knock you with my stick," said Jean. "I've nothing to give you back," protested the man. "Is," said John. "So stick it." Immediately the staff fell on the innkeeper's shoulders. Bang! Bing! Pan! Pan! The innkeeper fled, wailing and shouting, "Stop! Stop your stick! Not until you have returned my brother's tablecloth to me," replied Jean. The bruised body, the innkeeper finally took out the white tablecloth from the sideboard and gave it to Jean, who stopped his stick. Then the young man went on the way. But, the same evening, here he is back asking for asylum for the night. And the next morning, he said to the innkeeper, "Now give me the chicken you stole from my brother." "He didn't steal a hen," protested the innkeeper. "If you don't give it back to me, I'll knock you with my stick." No, I don't have your hen," yelled the innkeeper, fleeing, for he was very afraid of the stick blows. Jean launched, stick, slap. The stick ran after the fellow, jumped on his back and tapped him on the shoulders. The stick tapped. Bing! Bang! Pan! Pan! The ugly innkeeper shouted and rolled on the floor, but the stick kept tapping. Bing! Bang! Pan! Pan! With no more pain, the innkeeper went to get the chicken and gave it to Jean, who stopped his stick and set off again. On the way, he met 3 thieves who said to him, "Give your chicken and all your possessions, otherwise we will hang you from the highest branch of this tree." "Let 'em pass," said Jean, "or I'll make you slaughter by the blows of my stick." "Ha, ha," said the thieves, laughing at his threats. "We will hang you. Stick, slap." Then shouted Jean. And the staff fell like hail on the thieves' shoulders. Bing! Bang! Pan! Pan! The frightened thieves fled, chased by the unleashed staff. Bing! Bang! Pan! Pan! Jean recalled his stick and set off again. He arrived at his parents' house and exclaimed joyfully, "I have brought back everything, the tablecloth, the chicken, and my stick that knocks when I want it. Here is the tablecloth." "Tablecloth, set the table," said Pierre. Immediately the tablecloth spread and covered itself with appetizing dishes and fruits. Jean took the hen out of his bag, and Jacques said, "Hen, lay me some gold." And the hen laid 3 golden eggs. It was then, in the poorhouse, an evening of festivities embellished with a king's feast. Pierre, Jacques and Jean had really made a fortune. They made life sweet for their parents, and the 5 lived happily ever after until the end of their days.